Greetings, family. This is Brother Ron. You are listening to and watching We All Be News, News-Free Dixie for the 21st century. Can you dig it? Blacktastic greetings, family. This is Brother Ron. I want to share some thoughts and stuff I've been thinking about, fermenting in my mind. Okay, I want to talk about two things: Mike Tyson, Denzel Washington. Start off with Mike Tyson. Brother Eddie Griffin, the prophet. You know, this is the year of the black comic, the year of the truth tellers, but the truth tellers happen to be comics like Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin. But I remember Eddie Griffin said some years back that every great black man can't just be great. They got to have an asterisk by their name, by their legacy. They got to have an asterisk by their name and legacy. And I'm thinking about right now, two great examples as we've been going through it would be Mike Tyson and Denzel. But let's talk about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul Friday night on Netflix. Jake Paul was paid $40 million. Mike was paid $20 million. And this was already arranged as the pay deal. To me, it's like I thought in boxing on those type of sports that the winner gets the most money. And I guess Jake Paul won, of course, but I'm talking about they already predetermined that Jake Paul will get $40 million. And Mike will get $20 million, which is interesting. And Mike Tyson is one of the greatest boxers of all time, period. You know, I don't care what happened on Friday. It doesn't really bother me because I look at, okay, he's 50-7. That farce, whatever that stage play on Friday, whatever it was a sanctioned fight, So it's on his official record. So he's 50-7. I think Jake Paul's like 11-1. But he has on his resume that he defeated Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson, 50 wins. Out of those 50 wins, he got 44 knockouts, which is impressive. You know, 44 knockouts out of 50 wins. That's really incredible. Then I believe he had a 37 straight win streak. You know, like he was knocking everybody out. He was the youngest champion. You can't take that away from Mike Tyson. Iron Mike will always be that guy to me, regardless of whatever he went through, you know, all this stuff inside and outside the ring, the circus. The world is not only a stage, the world is a circus. So with that said, that doesn't diminish Mike Tyson to me. As a matter of fact, it plays into a narrative of sometimes our great black athletes staying too long in the arena, in the ring, on the court, in the field. You know, it's not nothing new. I think about a lot of the great heavyweight champions or boxing legends who probably stayed around too long. I remember, you know, reading about Rocky Marciano. He fought Joe Louis and he won. No, Rocky Marciano is undefeated, just like Floyd Mayweather. But you know, Rocky Marciano was a heavyweight champion, undefeated, you know, pristine record. And you could argue and debate why that is. I believe because, you know, he had them good old boys back to him. He was Italian American. And I'm not, you know, and the mob was running boxing back in the day at Madison Square Garden and whatnot. And what's interesting, you know, Rocky Marciano died in a plane crash, unfortunately, with the son of a prominent mafia boss. Something like that. Somebody that was mob connected. I think his father was a mafia boss or done, whatever. But y'all can look that up all online. That's neither here or there. But when he fought Joe Louis was way past his prime. And I think Rocky Marciano kind of regretted, you know, being too hard on Joe Louis because he saw better days. But it is what it is. I even think about Muhammad Ali, the punishment he took. I mean, Larry Holmes, you know, he whooped that trick. No disrespect to Ali, the greatest, but Ali stayed in the ring too long, and we saw the after effects of him staying in the ring allegedly too long. And I think about Sugar Ray Robinson, a lot of boxing greats, even Sonny Liston, how he went down to Ali twice, and you know, he's one of the all-time heavyweight greats. To me, like Mike Tyson's like an updated version of Sonny Liston. And Sonny Liston to me is like a top 10 heavyweight, maybe even top 5 on some lists. And I'm not the greatest expert, but I'm just saying I'm looking at his impact. Or even how Jack Johnson went out against Jess Willard. You know, some people say he threw that fight in Cuba. Now, people say he actually was legitimately knocked out or was out of it. I could say maybe he threw the fight because he didn't condition himself the way he should have conditioned himself. and he wanted to get back into the States because he was tired of being on the run. He wanted to come back home, and he did his time in Leavenworth for the Mann Act for sleeping with white women across state line. He was punished for having consensual sex with white women while he was traveling around America. He married a lot of white women, but that's neither here or there. But you look at all the greats, they got asterisk. You know what I'm saying? Like, they stayed too long. They lost, great upset, stuff like that. So Mike Tyson, that's not nothing new. I remember when there was the Tyson Lennox Lewis fight here in Memphis, Tennessee, the city of good abode, 2002, the summer of 2002. Like, Memphis was like Las Vegas, New York, and LA all in one. It was amazing that weekend to see. I mean, I saw FUBU people, saw Russell Simmons along with his brother Reverend Ron. There was a horse and carriage downtown Memphis. Saw Evander Holyfield, Alonzo Mourning, Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley, they call him Oak Tree. Charles Oakley, he really was a big dude. Jermaine O'Neal, I think Thomas Hitman Hearns, who was born in Memphis, but I believe he was raised in Detroit like Aretha. Thomas Hitman Hearns. I saw them out at Peabody. Then saw Dave Chappelle at the corner of a back entrance or whatever. And this is like 2002, before anybody knew who Dave Chappelle. I knew who Dave Chappelle was because I was a fan of his since Robin Hood, Man in Tights, Nutty Professor, Half Baked, and he was doing correspondence work for the Tonight Show, I believe, for Jay Leno. And so he was in the corner, minding his business. Nobody wasn't bothering him. Everybody trying to get a picture with Alonzo Mourning, and he wanted to take pictures of Evander Holyfield, all them guys. And I approached him with my mom, my sister, and my brother. I said, man, you Dave Chappelle. I know you are. I love you. I'm a fan. Robin Hood, Man in Tights, Half Baked. And he had a look on his face like, you actually know who I am. Like, he did HBO specials back then, right? But I told him, like, you about to be big time, man. It's only a matter of time for you. But I told him that this is 2002. Fast forward to 2003, Chappelle's show comes out on Comedy Central, and the rest is history. But anyway, let's get back to the story. But Mike Tyson was talking like, I'm gonna eat your children. I'm gonna pulverize them. I'm a machine. I'm a killer. It's not a quiz. It's not a quiz. I'm gonna eat your children. I'm gonna devour your children. I'm gonna slap your mama. He was saying all that stuff to hype up this, on the sell tickets to hype it up. And a lot of us thought that Mike Tyson was going to beat down Lennox Lewis. And Lennox Lewis is a great boxer. He's an all-time great. And we know this now, but he was great then. But, a lot of us was shocked and disappointed that Mike Tyson didn't back up the hype. You know what I'm saying? Then in the press conference afterwards, he said, I love Lennox Lewis. I love his mom. I love his children. I'm not going to eat anybody's children. I love Lennox. He was saying all that. But it was interesting. But Mike Tyson is an interesting person. And I honestly do believe that the prison changed Mike Tyson. That maybe, he wasn't the same Mike Tyson as he was before prison. And it was an injustice. And I'm glad that Donald Trump, who was a friend, supporter of Mike Tyson, he always stood 10 toes down for Mike Tyson. And they still close to this day. And he talked about Mike Tyson being innocent and set up and things like that. So I really respect Donald John Trump for that, as well as for defending Michael Jackson. But we always talk about the Central Park Five. But this is not about Donald Trump today. It's about Mike Tyson. So with that said, even when he lost to Lennox Lewis, who was an all-time great, of course, it was disappointing in the moment. But in hindsight, he's still a great. But with the Jake Paul fight, I haven't seen it. To be honest with you, I'm not interested in seeing it. I may look at it one day. The Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, I heard about what internet is undefeated, social media, what y'all talk about it, when it came down to it. Mike Tyson looked good in the early round, then like he lost win, but also people talking about how he was hesitant, like he was biting his glove because he wanted to do an uppercut or maybe a dual kick. He wanted to hit Jake Paul, but I guess they had a contract saying you can't hit the pretty boy in his face. Because you don't want Jake Paul to end up like Mickey Rourke. When Mickey Rourke was a Hollywood sex symbol. He was like, Marlon Brando and James Dean of his time back in the 80s and stuff, did a lot of provocative stuff. But he got into boxing, messed up his pretty boy face, and became more of a celebrated character actor after that. So they didn't want to Mickey Rourke Jake Paul, who was 27, who was a YouTube star. And he switched over to boxing and, whatever. Boxing is really dead at this point. I believe boxing is dead. Then Mike Tyson said something to a young lady, young girl who was interviewing him, well known for doing like a lot of great interviews. She asked him about his legacy. He said, I don't care about legacy. You know, when you die, you just dust, whatever. And he backed that up. This time he back. I don't think he was really caring about legacy. Mike Tyson should be maybe a billionaire. All the earnings he's earned over his career, but poor decisions. I'm not gonna judge Mike. Certain people hanging around him, it might have been a different story because D'Amato, the guy who discovered him and trained him, stayed alive a little bit longer to help Mike. But Mike, he survived a lot. A lot of people that were in Mike's circle and whatnot, they no longer with Mike. Mike has been blessed by God. So I have enjoyed the growth of Mike Tyson, to see him grow on his podcast. You can tell he's grown a lot from his past, and he's a very insightful, wise man. I think he will be wise counsel, but also he will let us know that, hey, the world's a stage. Everything's rigged. Like Donald Trump said, it's rigged. The game is rigged. So Mike Tyson let people know, hey, legacy, whatever, when you're gone, you're gone. Legacy don't matter. But now I would say, if that was Floyd Mayweather fighting, Mayweather does fight for legacy. He wants to be known as the greatest, right? He's undefeated. If Floyd Mayweather did a sanctioned fight with Jake Paul, you best believe he's not gonna get beat up by Jake Paul or lose to Jake Paul on points. But I was hoping that that Mike Tyson would channel his inner Jack Johnson, because I was thinking about an exhibition fight that the great Jack Johnson fought against Stanley Ketchel, one of the great middleweights. I think he was a middleweight, called him the Michigan Assassin, who was set up and killed, unfortunately, by people. They did a doff on him. So, I mean, whatever. But anyway, Stanley Ketchel and Jack Johnson did an exhibition fight. And they had an agreement. They ain't going to go too hard. Jack Johnson was going to be light. It's going to be like, just an exhibition. Give people something to watch. Nothing serious. But then Stanley Ketchel, got some good, hooks or whatever, punches into Jack Johnson. And he woke up a sleeping giant, and Jack Johnson said, hell no. So Jack Johnson just went medieval on his ass. And like Jack Johnson knocked the hell out of Stanley Ketchel, the Michigan Assassin. He almost assassinated the Michigan Assassin in the ring. And he knocked him so hard that Jack Johnson knocked teeth out of the man's mouth. He was a pretty boy too. Knocked teeth out his mouth. He had teeth stuck in his glove that he was pulling out his glove, just brushing it out. And that's all caught on film. And this is during a time where black people getting killed every day, day and a half, getting lynched or hung somewhere in America. They would outlaw the showing of Jack Johnson fight films because it would cause racial disturbances in different cities and whatnot. But whatever. But anyway, Mike Tyson didn't go that route. He was biting his glove. He got a payday, but somebody broke it down. He's not taking home $20 million. He'll be lucky if he take home $5 million. So I don't know. I thought Mike Tyson was doing pretty well with his cannabis stuff or whatever. I don't know what his pocket's looking like, but I know he's not broke. Like, he's not regular people broke. He's rich people broke, if anything. But God bless Mike Tyson. Like Tupac said, I ain't mad at you. Get your bed, get your money, do your thing. And I disagree with Iron Mike Tyson. He will be remembered. He's an all-time great. But he went out like a lot of our greats, But at least he went out, standing. He didn't do a George Foreman. George Foreman is a great, he did the opposite of Foreman, but Foreman did his thing, the Foreman grill. He rehabilitated his image, and it's never over till it's over. So Mike, looking forward to your next adventure. Mike Tyson probably could just do speaking engagement like he did his one-man play, and will sell out arenas because people love Mike Tyson. He's one of the most fascinating individuals in American history. I would say that. But okay, talk about Denzel. I'm a Denzel fan. He was my favorite actors of all time. Denzel is an all-time great. I don't know any truly bad Denzel movie. Now, one movie I thought it was a horrible movie when I first saw it was Roman J. Israel Esquire. It's like Denzel playing radio. He like was some type of idiot savant, criminal defense wizard, lawyer. He was like maybe had Asperger's, but he was a brilliant legal mind. And I was like, like a quirky character. And I saw this for the first time back in 2017. He had a strong cast, Colin Farrell and the sister who's married to Jeffrey Wright, who does always play Coretta Scott King in all those civil rights movie. She always playing Coretta, but she did a good job. Colin Farrell. It was a strong ensemble cast, but I was not impressed, and a lot of us were conflicted and perplexed by Denzel's performance in that movie when I saw it back in 2017 in the theater. Now, fast forward to 7 years later, because it came out, I believe, 2017. I saw it on Amazon Prime a week or so ago, and I take back my original assessment of the movie. I thought Denzel did a phenomenal job. The movie was great. And the reason why I say that was because of the things that have transpired since 2017. Think about all the things we have went through, especially the 2020, the pandemic, George Floyd summer, Black Lives Matter, all this stuff happening and what the movie was talking about. And I really could identify more with the character because I'm a quirky, different, eccentric type of guy. And I see the world a different way because I have my magic glasses. And like Baba Dick Gregory said, when the universe chooses you for your magic glasses, you can't make nobody see what you see, but I see what I see. And that's why I think the way I think. That's why I do the things I do. And that's why I'm still successful in, by any means necessary, doing what I do, because I just got a different way of moving. And so I could really, that movie resonated with me as someone being an idealist. Like I was an idealist all my life. I thought if I do the right thing and all this stuff, because I'm about social justice, always been about that. You check my resume with the We All Be movement. But then you get disenchanted as you get older. You realize you don't have no money in the bank account. You don't have no money saved. You did all this work for the people, but the people don't even want to acknowledge the work, let alone acknowledge you as a person. So that movie resonated with me from being when I was 37 when I first saw it to being now 44 years old, and the things I have went through since 2017 and even current things. So that movie, check out Roman J. Israel Esquire. It's a great movie. It's a Denzel movie. Like I love Mo Better Blues, A Soldier Story, Malcolm X, Glory, Training Day, of course, Ricochet. Denzel, phenomenal. But Denzel is the star, or one of the stars, in the Gladiator 2 movie, which is the sequel to Russell Crowe's epic. And a lot of people believe there should not have been made a sequel. My thing is, yeah, some movies should not have sequels to it. But no, I like Denzel. I'm a Denzel fan. Oh, I love Denzel acting. I love his movie career. And so I'm gonna check it out. Now, what people are talking about, because I was looking forward to just watching the movie because I saw the trailer, but people are talking more about what is not included in the movie, which is a scene of him giving a man a kiss, because he was a Roman emperor. He was a black Roman emperor. You did have African or black Roman emperors. Black people, we everywhere. We are the original people. So we all throughout human history. Make no mistake about it. But he was like a black Roman emperor based on an actual historical figure. And he gave somebody, a man, the kiss of death. He kissed the man on the lips, marking him for death, because he said he killed the man 5 minutes later. Now, that part was cut out the movie. It's a Ridley Scott movie. Ridley Scott loved to do them epics and, cast a Denzel or whatever. American Gangster. I love American Gangster. I like it for what it is. But anyway, it's hard to say there's ever been a bad Denzel movie. Might be some over-the-top type of things, but have there ever been really a bad Denzel movie? Great selection. People say, well, he plays himself in all his movies. It's not that necessarily he plays himself in all his movies, like people say that about Samuel Jackson or Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. It's that they just been great for such a long period of time, and they've been in so many different things. So it's not, sometimes like Morgan Freeman. I don't know what that means. They're just playing themselves. Roman J. Israel, look at that. I think Denzel did a good job of disguising himself in that role. And I love the Equalizer movie, especially the last one was phenomenal. But getting back, Denzel said he kissed a man in the movie for Kiss of Death. And they took the scene out the movie. He talked about it. Nobody would ever known outside the movie people who made the movie that Denzel kissed a man on the lips. But Denzel wanted to tell the world, I kissed a man on the lips. They cut it out the film. I guess they got chicken. Now, this is the same man that says he would not kiss Julia Roberts on film because he didn't want to make black women uncomfortable. But yet he'll brag about kissing a man that did not make the cut. And I guess because, I mean, it's a rainbow time. I don't know. Maybe Denzel is a part of that Hollywood system. People say, well, he avoided it. Now, he's Church of God in Christ. His daddy was a preacher. But, you know, Denzel said he got no one to leave the party. It was Denzel that they said told Will Smith not to kiss a man on the lips in a movie. That movie he did where he played Sidney Poitier's alleged son. He lied like he was Sidney Poitier's son, based on a true story of a grifter, of a black grifter that Will Smith played. Anyway, y'all can look all that up. I can't think of the name of the movie right now. I want to say 6 Degrees of Separation, but I don't know. This may not be the name, but I ain't gonna look it up. Look at the Will Smith movie where he played a gay dude, gay grifter that acted like he was Sidney Poitier's son. I leave it at that. But Denzel would not kiss Julia Roberts in her prime. It's like if he was kissing Marilyn Monroe or somebody. You know how Julia Roberts would look at Miss Pretty Woman as a sex symbol. This woman that was making $20 million a film at one point. But she was the it girl at that point. He wouldn't even want to kiss her. I think Julie wanted her. Or Julie wanted him to kiss her, excuse me. You know, Julia Roberts got a connection to Dr. King. Dr. King helped her family out some type of way. I believe he helped them out where they could deliver Julia. Because Julia is from Georgia. She's a Georgia peach. So she used to brothers stepping in and helping her. So Denzel didn't want to help himself too. But then that's kind of weird because back in 91, the movie Ricochet came out. And there was a scene of Denzel. He was drugged, but he was getting Me Too'd by a white prostitute that was hired to make him look bad. He did a Ray J. He did a sex tape, but he was under the influence. And they basically did a deep fake. But he was like, he had the white girl, the white prostitute, the white Nazi supremacist, whatever girl, riding him. They recorded it. But what they did was they took audio from him at a restaurant, at a cafeteria, talking to the waitress, and they imposed that audio over the image. And so, like, you know, the video, cause I think he was running for mayor or something like that. He was trying, because the movie is a good movie. The villain in the movie is John Lithgow. The hero is Denzel. He plays a cop that stopped John Lithgow. He becomes a city hero. They are vetting him to run for high office, I believe mayor. I think it's Los Angeles somewhere. He had Ice-T in there as well, too. And then John Lithgow wants his revenge. And so he sets up Denzel. It's a great movie. Ricochet, I ain't seen it in a while, but like I said, it's hard that I can't think of any bad Denzel movies. So what they said, you know, for him to say, I can't kiss Julia Roberts in, was it Pelican Brief, the John Grisham movie? See, I'm just like, I'm throwing it out there. Y'all smart. Y'all got smartphones. If you ain't smart, you look up. I think it was Pelican Brief, the John Grisham movie. But he did let a white girl ride him on the movie camera. Even though he was, you know, under the influence, sedated, whatever. It was a sex scene with a white girl. So that's kind of weird. Denzel's like a comedian to me. Like, you know, are you really, like, you talking in circles, Denzel? Because in 91, you did, the Ricochet movie came out with the white girl riding you. But then you say, I can't kiss a white woman on film because it might offend black women. You don't think that would offend black women? Well, he was on the influence. It's all acting. It's all imaginary crap. All right? It's a delusion. It's a deception. Like, well, Picasso said, art is a lie that makes us realize truth. Right? So, I mean, I can't do Julia Roberts several years later, just give her a kiss. And Julia Roberts like she wanted. How do you want it? How does it feel? But you bragging about kissing a man and didn't even make the cut, Denzel? Now, if he said, like, yeah, like it was like a rainbow unicorn kiss, nah, it was the kiss of death. And I have seen movies where macho man, hetero males, you know, alpha males, as y'all call them, they will kiss guys on the mouth to mark them for kiss of death. A great example of that would be Al Pacino, another GOAT, you know, he's a Taurus like I am. Denzel's a Capricorn. These earth signs, we be running that acting game. But anyway, Al Pacino kissed his brother on the lips, Fredo. It was you, Fredo. Kiss him on the lips to mark him for death. For betraying. He ended up killing his brother at the end, of course. The mama died. He made a promise he won't hurt him till mama passed, whatever. So anyway, that don't take away, that doesn't diminish Al Pacino or the Michael Corleone character, because he kissed his brother on the mouth to mark him for death. But then I look at, a lot of y'all, this football season, fool's ball. I call it fool's ball. And a lot of y'all look at Tom Brady as being the GOAT, the football GOAT. I mean, he's a great. He's not the greatest, but he's one of the greats. But he's an image of masculinity, right? A winner, an alpha male, a go-getter, a motivator, have all the pretty supermodel dime-piece chicks, whatever. Now, there's pictures of him kissing his father on the mouth. I think he kissed his son on the mouth. And I know people, I don't know, do they bother people that Tom Brady kisses his father on the mouth? That they embrace, they kiss each other on the mouth. I believe kiss his sons on the mouth. Whatever. Is that kind of weird? I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody got a different way of growing up, whatever. I believe every family is dysfunctional, is on the spectrum like autism. But anyway, I also believe everybody's autistic, but it's on the spectrum. Because of social media, how people act socially awkward. But anyway, that's another story. But with Denzel, like, why did he have to divulge that information? Why did he feel the need to even do a scene like that? And that's a question that people ask. I will still see the movie, and my thing is, I'm learning not to put people on pedestals, like all these celebrities. Like, before Cat Williams said what he said at the beginning of the year, you had Malcolm X say what he said over 60 years ago in that Berkeley interview he did back in the early 60s. We talking about how celebrities are puppets and court jesters, you know what I'm saying? But they had black folks feel like, the trumpet players and comedians and singers should be our leaders. And he said, what other group of people got that? But Reagan was an actor who became governor of California, who became president of the United States. Donald Trump had one of the most successful reality TV shows of all time for years, The Apprentice. He was a real estate, but he became president. But I see what he's saying. It's not that, once they became what they became, they put away those things. But at the same time, black people, like, we do want to elevate, entertainers on the level of a Malcolm X or Dr. King, or people that were committed to social justice and the social movements. But you want to elevate these millionaires who get their checks from billionaires, who keep them in check because they dangle the carrot. You want to say that Steve Harvey on the level of Dr. King, when Dr. King made his stance against the Vietnam War, he lost all types of financial support from the establishment. He was villainized like Trump was by the media, like the Washington Post and the New York Times, the last several years of his life. So they character assassinate you for they actually try or do assassinate you. That's how that works. So Malcolm warned us about celebrity puppet masters and court jesters. But anyway, with all that said, I'm still going to watch the movie because I like Denzel. His body work speaks for itself. I just look at him as a man, as an artist, as a person that's flawed like everybody else. Just like with Mike Tyson. These are people, they have their flaws, their shortcomings, but they still are great in what they was able to do. And they will still leave legacies that will be worth celebrating and studying. So with that said, thank you all, family, for listening. Like the words from Brother Hurst, please spread the word. Support the movement as well. Because y'all be writing me and calling me and texting me saying that y'all love Brother Ron and we all be. But show me. Donations, please. I know Brother Darren Muhammad talking about donations. Shout out to that brother. Do good work out in Be More, Tubman City. But bro, everybody take that. But yeah, give me my donation for the We All Be Nation, so we keep on building and feeding y'all. Feed you. After all, Baba Dick Gregory anointing me the feeder. So I'm going to continue to feed you. See how it works. Somewhere, God bless. Stay blessed. Be lovable. Best is yet to come. And the marathon continues. Salute.